Okay, so our top 5 moments of 2011, we are going to start with number 5 and then work our way up to our number 1 favorite Hunger Games moment of 2011. So number 5 is the teaser. And we decided to rank this 5th because the 4 that we put above it were definitely way more impactful. And the teaser, it was a big deal, but it was also less of a big deal than some of these other things. Adam, I know you were actually a little bit disappointed with the teaser when you first saw it, right?
Well, look, I don't want to be Debbie Downer here on everyone. I thought it could have been more, but the fact is, now that it's paired with the trailer, I really don't care at all anymore because everything that I was hoping the teaser could fulfill, the trailer more than did, and it didn't even end up mattering. So in retrospect, maybe I was a little too hard on the teaser and should have given it a little bit more leeway.
Well, let's go ahead and listen to the clip that we have prepared. This clip is from episode 22, and I was a little shocked when I saw the date of this episode. This was way back on August 29th. I felt like the teaser came out more recently than that, but obviously not. So this is from episode 22, which was Monday night, the 29th of August. And after we listen to this, we can let everyone sort of weigh in on the teaser, and then we'll move on to our number 4 moment. All right. Does anyone have any general thoughts about the voiceover? I really liked it. As I said in the piece for movies.com, I felt like it really added a compelling layer to what would have otherwise been just a collection of action shots. It really humanized it for me, and I liked hearing Gale since she thinks about Gale so much in the first book.
I like that. It's like more than anything else with the voiceover. I felt that added a real mood and tension, like it was almost being whispered to her.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I liked it, but I think for people who haven't read the book and don't know what it's about, they have no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah, that's the main
and that's
reaction. Well, I kind of disagree a little bit because I have shown the trailer all morning at work to girls who have not seen or read the books or even didn't know, and they were interested after they've seen the trailer or the teaser just to see what happens next. So
I think it's
I think they're deceiving you into thinking Gale's the love interest, and we all know it's actually Peeta.
No. Well, you heard Gary Ross's interview today. He chose the Gale overview because we spend so much time with Peeta in the first film. And it made more sense. And Gale is, as you said, Gale is still important to her, and it's Gale's voice she hears in the arena. It's one of these things that's, he's important, and as Gary Ross said, it's, it brings the focus, it focuses on her and what she's thinking, and since we're going to spend so much time with Peeta, this gives Gale a little bit more time. I don't think it has anything to do with a love interest. In fact, I think that the choice of words, what they chose to have, the voiceover, what they chose to show, I think completely shows that they are not, this is the first look they're giving to people, and they're not showing the guys in it. They may have a Gale voiceover, but it's all about how strong Katniss is as a character, how strong she is.
Okay, so we're back in the present now. So have any of your opinions changed? Do you still basically feel the same way? Theresa, you definitely had a strong opinion that night.
I hate listening to myself.
Yeah, me too. I hated my voice.
I love listening to Mary in that clip. That got me so excited. But I think, I don't think my opinions have changed. I still, I think, especially after seeing the full-length trailer, I think that we can really tell that the teaser was for the fans and just to give us something when we needed something. So, and I definitely think that along with the full teaser, or the full trailer, shows that, once again, like what I was saying in that clip, that, they're focusing on her and this isn't the romance. So, I still enjoy the teaser. It's good. So
it's fun to look back and remember just how excited we were about the teaser, because up until that point we hadn't seen any actual footage from the film. So I remember staying up that night and watching the VMAs with a bunch of people in a Skype chat room. And I know that all of the fan sites, well, most of them were live blogging, people were live tweeting. It was like a huge event back in August. Mm-hmm. And I know there was so much disappointment when Jennifer Lawrence didn't actually appear live, and we were all sort of shocked when suddenly they started rolling footage of her talking on set. And, wow, that was a really crazy night. And the one thing that sticks out to me from that night was everyone's comparisons of some of the celebrities at the VMAs to Capitol citizens. I think that you guys down with the Capitol even put up some kind of a poll, like, of these people, who most belongs in the Capitol? And it was like Lady Gaga, Nicki Minaj, and Justin Bieber or something like that. But, yeah, that was a crazy night. Does anyone have anything they'd like to say about the teaser?
I just have one more thing to add. I think now looking back at it, it kind of makes sense of what they showed, because they said, or it was said somewhere, that they're only showing footage from the first half of the movie. So it makes sense that they would show her, running the woods and with Gail's voiceover.
Yeah, that does make sense. And look, I was the person to admit it. Let's be fair, I was not like the worst critic of it. I didn't hate it. I thought it was pretty good. I just thought maybe they could have shown more to really galvanize fans. But, maybe this is a sign that I don't work in the industry and that people should listen to the experts instead of me. Because as a 1-2 punch, I think looking back, it really did work effectively before the trailer, which came out later, which is, I know, what a lot of you said. So maybe I need to eat a nice plate of crow going into next year.
Well, I don't know how many people were like me, but I was just so excited to see something. I almost didn't care what it was.
I know, same with me.
That was same with me.
Yeah. I think it was, there was so much going on that, like you said, talking about live blogging and stuff, because we got our live blog on, and we were waiting for anything, because we didn't know for sure if Jennifer was going to be there or if, we didn't know. So we were under the impression she was going to be at the show, and we kept waiting to see, images or something. So we're doing all these other behind-the-scenes things, waiting, and then so when it came up, it was like, oh, my gosh, don't breathe, because it was just, right. It was like this seeing something, anything, because we had been in such a rut before that. It's like, other than seeing, the images from Entertainment Weekly and Jen, it was like, okay, give us something, anything.
I think at the time...
teaser seems to be more about the hype than anything, because that's kind of what brings everyone together, because everyone's saying that, teaser was kind of only for fans, and then everyone who wasn't familiar with the source material didn't really get it, but at the same time, it brought both groups together, because it was hyped up so much, and there was this major countdown, so everyone was watching. Then also the hardcore fans finally got their first taste of material.
Yeah, very well said. I agree.
I just remember at the time we had Amy on, who was actually at the VMAs. She was on that episode, and I remember we were all very concerned that the Hunger Games didn't get enough attention at the VMAs because they didn't actually make a big announcement about it leading up to them actually showing it. And Amy said that at the actual live event, no one, they sort of did it, they showed it all during like a break in the event, and no one was even paying attention. And I remember on that episode we were all sort of very distraught by that, and we were very concerned that the Hunger Games didn't get its moment. But now it's like that doesn't really matter. Like, everyone knows what the Hunger Games is now. It's so huge. I think our worries were a little unfounded back then, but it's really fun to look back.